evidence-supported recommendations to existing police reforms. Dr. Howard Henderson is the director of the Center for Justice Research at Texas Southern University and leads the advisory group formation efforts. He joins us now on the KCBS Ring Central Newsline. Dr. Henderson, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Tell us about the main goals of this group and how and when it all came about.
Yeah, so essentially our main goal is to provide best practices or evidence-supported research that will be able to be translated into effective policy and program implementation. We recognize that there was a problem that would happen or arise at a certain point, and that was the political reality. We knew we were coming into a political season, and we did not want the importance and the urgency of police reform to be hijacked by that process. And so we wanted to be able to provide evidence-based solutions to police chiefs, mayors, policymakers, as well as constituents in the community so that they best understand what this really looks like and the best path forward without being caught up in the political process.
So everyone really needs to buy in. All the people in the community, the police, the politicians. How are you bringing everyone together and getting them to talk with each other, just not past each other?
Well, essentially what we're doing is we are looking at that have come from the Democrats, Republicans, the president's office, as well as advocacy groups around the country, and we're collating those into a digestible manner whereby we're able to identify the points of symmetry between all of these, because there are areas and points that they agree on. And we're ensuring that they understand they agree on these points, minus some semantics, but that logistically it looks the same and practically it will be actualized in the same manner. So we're ensuring they understand that we're doing that dirty work for them. And then we're saying, listen, if you all agree on these basic points, then why fuss and fight over these points you agree on? Why not pass those, get those out of the way so we can spend more time on the issues that are going to be more sticky and difficult for you to move on, such as the issue of qualified immunity as an example.
We've seen recent events that have stirred national scrutiny, but we've seen these events in the past, and maybe for a day or two or a week, there's been uproar, and then no changes. Why is it different this time?
Well, this one is different because I think for the first time in our lifetime, we were all sitting at home suffering from a pandemic. And so we were all laser focused on what we saw on TV. We're hypersensitive to one of the highest unemployment rates that we've ever seen. And so America's at a different place right now. We also were able to see that a lot of the behaviors that were being acted by the police department were unnecessary, to the point where we now see 70% of Americans are now calling for criminal justice and police reform, numbers we've never seen before. We also know that a high percentage of Republicans are also calling for this. So I think this has crossed party lines, and I think America has galvanized to be able to focus on one issue. And I think this is what happens when Americans line up together and identify a problem that they want to address.
Dr. Howard Henderson, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we're off to the Money Watch.
Meat lovers are finding their favorite protein too tough to come by due to giant producers who've been hit by the pandemic, controlling most of the meat market. Meat growers are pushing for more smaller slaughter facilities. Whether it's beef, poultry, or pork, in many places you can't find it or it's very costly.
So you close down this pork plant or the chicken plant or the beef plant, there's nowhere for those animals to go to get processed for the consumer.
Mike Lee runs the Flying Sea Cattle Ranch in Arkansas.
What I want to tell people in this country is there's no meat shortage. There is a disruption in the supply chain.
President Donald Trump agrees it's not the farmers.
There's plenty of supply. There's plenty of, as you know, there's plenty of supply. It's distribution.
Rick Bergman, chair of the Canadian Pork Council, says they've had to destroy and trash some pigs.
It would be because of the supply chain mechanism that is weakening.
Smaller slaughterhouses can be better for workers because they're slower for safety and social distancing.
Greg Jarrett, Bloomberg Business for KCBS.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
Get the outdoor living space you've always dreamed of during the System Pavers Steep Summer Savings Event. With no interest financing through 2022 for orders placed by July 31st, you can enjoy your redesigned outdoor space now and pay over time. Whether you need a new paver walkway, a custom hardscape or yard design, outdoor lighting, or anything in between, System Pavers can make your vision come to life. And because most projects are completed in less than a week, you'll be able to enjoy your new space almost as fast as you can say, the neighbors will be so jealous. Schedule your free design consultation today and see how easy it is to bring new life to your outdoor spaces. Visit SystemPavers.com or call us at 800-PAVE-004. That's 800-PAVE-004. System Pavers, outdoor living designed around you. Project installation must commence within 60 days of purchase. Financing subject to third-party credit approval. Contractor's license 661575.
Mortgage rates are at historic lows, so if you have a mortgage, refinance it and forget it. You'll never have to worry about refinancing again. Network Capital Funding is offering our lowest 30-year fixed rate ever. 2.625 with a 2.64% APR. Incredible, with no origination fees or discount points. Network Capital has built a reputation for saving people time and money with our unique process that's fast, simple, and secure. Our 30-year fixed rate is 2.625 with a 2.64% APR. Incredible! These are historically low rates you may never see again. So refinance it and forget it. That's a 30-year fixed at 2.625 with a 2.64% APR. Call the experts at Network Capital Funding now. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1-HIT as in home run. Call now and save big on your refi. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1448. NMLS ID 11712. Visit NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Licensed by the California Department of Business Oversight under the Financial Lenders Law. Number 603D787. An equal opportunity lender. Rates subject to change and credit approval. Call 800-500-1-HIT for more information.
Looking for a reliable source for hard-to-find PPE items? Look no further than Blaisdell's Business Products. A local, woman-owned business, Blaisdell's offers thousands of in-stock items from office supplies and furniture to break room, janitorial, and ergonomic products. Their friendly 5-star customer support team is available by phone, email, or online chat Monday through Friday with free next-day delivery to your business or home office. Register today at Blaisdells.com. That's BLAISDELLS.com or call 510-483-3600.
228 traffic and weather together on KCBS. Richmond Sandra Fell Bridge with Ted Ramey.
And after looking at accidents and slowdowns for the last 3.5 hours, we finally see traffic at the Richmond Santa Fe Bridge, 580 westbound for the upper deck and toll plaza returning to a normal flow. Just a little bit of slowing right at the toll plaza. Otherwise, you're at the limit across the span. Lower deck at the limit as well. Looking at slowing on the lower East Shore Freeway, 80 westbound from Golden Gate Fields into the Maze. 80 eastbound, though, has recovered from a couple earlier accidents. It's now rolling along at the limit. Bay Bridge also doing better as well, but you are going to be slow on the upper deck, 80 westbound, center Anchorage into the city and onto the Skyway. Out of the city, you're slow on 80 eastbound from 101 out onto the span, but once you're on the lower deck, you're cruising along at the limit. And we're still looking at slow traffic, 17 southbound from 85 through Los Gatos and down past the Lexington Reservoir. Your next traffic update at 2:38 on the traffic leader, KCBS.
And your KCBS forecast, sunny, warm to hot, 60s and 70s at the coast, 70s and 80s around the bay, 90s to low 100s inland. And we'll have much of the same tomorrow, actually just a little bit warmer. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on KCBS.
I'm ready to write some code.
I'm ready to do what no one on my block has done before.
Forget that, what no one in the world has done before.
Is the world ready for me?
Since 2011, Internet Essentials from Comcast has connected millions of people from low-income homes to the internet, so they can be ready for anything. And we recently announced we'll continue to provide 60 days of free internet to new Internet Essentials customers. Learn more at comcast.com/Internet Essentials.
News that matters to you around the Bay, around the world, around the clock. All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
It's Saturday, July 11th, 2020. Coming up on KCBS.
I'm Jennifer Hodges. The new incoming president of the UC system sits down to talk about priorities.
Good afternoon. I'm Liz St. John. KCBS News Time, 2:31.
CBS News Update. Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards responding to surging COVID-19 numbers in his state today. The governor requiring everyone above the age of 8 to wear masks.
If you're going to have these informal gatherings, we really encourage you to keep them as small as you can. Make sure that you wear masks and that you physically distance and have them outdoors. That's the safe way to do that.
States like Arizona and Florida are also seeing big spikes in cases and deaths. Dr. David Aga says people have to follow the guidelines.
The key is behavior. If people are wearing a mask and social distancing, cases will go down. If they're not, they won't. And so sometimes you have to enact stricter rules in order to make that happen. Closing bars, closing places where people can get together and where the virus can spread. And so mayors, governors have to step up and be aggressive here.
U.S. COVID-19 deaths now approaching 132,000, more than any other nation. CBS News Update, I'm Steve Futterman.
KCBS News Time, 2:32. Advocacy groups are welcoming the announcement that up to 8,000 people incarcerated in California prisons could be released by next month. KCBS's Kathy Novak reports it's part of the effort to make more space in prisons that are battling coronavirus outbreaks.
The worst hit among those prisons right now is San Quentin, where more than 1,500 people, including 200 employees, have been infected. James King of the Ella Baker Center for Human Rights was released from San Quentin just months ago.
I'm glad that the governor is considering more people for release.
He's concerned that those releases won't start until next month.
The San Quentin outbreak within a number of days was over 1,000 people. So this does not feel like a time when we can run this out over a series of weeks or months. We need quicker movement.
The Department of Corrections says it is pursuing a series of cohorted release efforts, including of people who have less than 180 days to serve.
Any reductions are appreciated. We just really want to prevent the next San Quentin outbreak.
And as for the current one there, says King, he would like to see more health professionals on site, in addition to the triage tents already set up to treat COVID patients. Kathy Novak, KCBS.
For the first time ever in the history of the University of California system, a black man will be taking over as president. KCBS's Jennifer Hodges reports.
Dr. Michael Drake earned his medical degree at UC San Francisco and has served in a number of roles in the UC system, including as chancellor at UC Irvine.
We're all in this for the same reasons, to try to raise the quality of life for those people who we live and work with and for.
Dr. Drake takes over at UC as the coronavirus has presented a number of challenges, including hitting people of color particularly hard.
I think that we all need to be dedicated to finding them as we can, but eliminating those disparities. And many times they're connected to disparities in other types of opportunities. So the work that we've done in public health has been critical. The work that we do in nutrition, the work that we do in global health.
The search for a new president took the UC 6 months at a cost of $150,000. Jennifer Hodges, KCBS.
KCBS News Time, 2:34. Here's Dave Ross.
How did we get here? This is Dave Ross on the CBS News Radio Network. This story led the CBS Evening News July 7th.
We're going to begin tonight with breaking news and that dire new projection showing coronavirus could kill 200,000 Americans by November 1st.
That sounds crazy, right? Compare that to the lead story for the Evening News back on March 7th.
Breaking news about the spreading coronavirus. At least 19 deaths are now reported in the U.S. There are now more than 420 cases across 29 states.
19 deaths, 420 cases, and that was breaking news. Fast forward a month to April 7th.
We're going to begin with breaking news tonight, and it is dire. The death toll nationwide has more than tripled in 7 days to more than 12,000.
12,000. Jump ahead to May 7th, the push to reopen.
Nationwide, 46 states have loosened restrictions, even though the numbers still show COVID cases rising in 28 states.
Jump ahead to June 7th. The story was urban unrest.
More than 32,000 members of the National Guard have been activated to keep crowds under control.
And now it's July. COVID is back on top, and we find that the original projections, far from being overstated, were understated by 53%. I don't know whether to wear a mask or scuba gear. Dave Ross on the CBS News Radio Network.
A California couple has agreed to plead guilty to paying $250,000 to get their daughter into USC as a fake volleyball recruit. U.S. Attorney's Office in Boston said in a statement that Diane and Todd Blake will plead guilty in front of a judge at a future date. News outlets previously reported that the Ross, California couple had initially pleaded not guilty. Couple was accused of hiring Rick Singer to facilitate that deal. KCBS News Time, 2:36.
I'm Listening Daily, here to help end the stigma of talking about mental health. During these challenging times, listening is fundamental to promoting understanding and healing. Here's licensed therapist Dr. Chris Donahue with a daily mental checklist.
The first thing you can do every day is start your day by asking yourself, what am I grateful for? That sets a positive tone. Also, in what ways and with whom am I going to connect to today? Because again, we're working on reaching out to others, letting them connect to us, but also making sure we're not getting lonely and isolated. We also want to look at expectations we have on ourselves. Be flexible, hold it loosely, allow yourself to have a day that is not necessarily the normal or the standard. Also, making sure you're going outside. In what ways am I going to go outside for sunlight and fresh air? And finally, how today am I going to move my body? Because movement is part of physical health, but also part of mental health.
Let's end the stigma of talking about mental health. Find out more at imlistening.org.
At Floorcraft Carpet One in San Francisco, we are proud to be entering our 80th year in business. Jeff Lerner here reflecting that my uncles would never have imagined 3 generations of continued business. At Floorcraft, we're celebrating our 80th year with tremendous savings for your home on hardwood, carpet, luxury vinyl, tile, appliances, kitchen cabinets, plumbing fixtures, and now window coverings. Our experts will save you time and money and help you enjoy the beauty of your home. 80 years going strong. Floorcraft San Francisco, floorcrafthome.com.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
Ugh, what are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
What are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. It's been a long time since we've had an adventure in the forest.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
You're right. I should get out.
Yeah, the forest is not that far away.
Hey, Mom!
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
KCBS News Time, 2:38. Traffic and weather together. Dumbarton Bridge with Ted Ramey.
Well, the good news is that traffic had been recovering pretty much almost back to the limit for the last 20-30 minutes, but all lanes on the Dumbarton Bridge, 84 eastbound at Midspan, have been reopened. This was after an earlier accident had been blocking at least one lane for the better part of the last 90 minutes. And again, traffic is now back at the limit all the way across the span. Looking good on the San Mateo Bridge, but if you head west from San Mateo out towards the coast, 92 westbound is going to be a very slow ride out towards Half Moon Bay, and stretches of slowing on Highway 1 in between Half Moon Bay and Pacifica are to be expected. Heading out of the city on 80 eastbound, you're going to be slow from 101 out onto the lower deck. Once you're on lower deck, you're cruising no problem. Headed into the city, your approach on 80 westbound is slow from Golden Gate Fields. 580 is slow from 24, but you're good all the way past the island until you get to about Center Anchorage. Then it does slow as you make your way into the city. And in the North Bay, we're getting some slowing, pretty typical, 101 northbound, right around 116 and the In-N-Out Burger in Petaluma. Your next update is at 2:48 on the Traffic Leader, KCBS.
And your KCBS forecast. Sunny and warm to hot, upper 60s and 70s at the coast, 70s, 80s around the bay, 90s to low 100s inland. Checking some current temperatures, it's 90 in San Jose, 81 Hayward, Livermore at 99. San Francisco 69, 77 in Oakland, Concord 97, and 86 in Napa. Traffic and weather together on the 8s on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS.
It's Gil Gross. Are you looking to move, but the bank says that you need to sell your current home before you can buy your next home? Even if you have your down payment ready, most banks won't qualify you to have 2 mortgages at the same time. So in the meantime, where are you going to live? And good luck asking the seller to wait until you sell your current home. But now there's something you can do. Apply for a transitional bridge loan from Pacific Private Money. That way you can buy your next home before selling your current home. Pacific can lend you up to 100% of the purchase price for your next home, utilizing the equity in your current home. Move right into your next home. Then you can freshen up and stage your current home and sell it for a better price. Staged homes often sell for more money. Fast, reliable, and easy, a transitional bridge loan from Pacific Private Money will save you time, stress, and get you into that dream home now. For information, call them at 415-883-2150 or visit their website at pacificprivatemoney.com. That's 415-883-2150 or visit pacificprivatemoney.com.
It's the perfect time for a powerful business refresh during Dell Technologies Cyber Savings Event. It starts now with up to 50% off high-performance Windows 10 business laptops, desktops, and servers, plus top brand electronics. It's also your chance to streamline IT and simplify PC life cycles with PC as a service. Dell Technologies recommends Windows 10 Pro for business. Call 877-ASK-DELL for a Dell Technologies advisor who can help you find the right tech. That's 877-ASK-DELL or visit Dell.com/smallbusinessdeals.
And now a game of Commercial Chicken, brought to you by Progressive, where we see how long Flo can go without talking about insurance. Ready? Go.
So, have you noticed how everyone's grammar is completely awful now? Like, the texting and the LOLs. Whatever happened to punctuation? I mean, drivers who switch to Progressive could save big.
Okay, you win. We can't help but save customers money. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
KCBS News Time 2:42. A high-profile San Francisco chef is closing one of her restaurants for the rest of the year. KCBS reporter Melissa Culross explains she's doing this to support communities in need.
Petit Crème in the city's Hayes Valley neighborhood closed to customers on Tuesday, but the kitchen still will be busy. Michelin star chef and owner Dominique Crème will be using it to make meals for the hungry during the COVID-19 crisis.
Pandemic or not pandemic, hunger in America is up the roof, and we need to feed back the community.
Chef Crème has partnered with the New York-based nonprofit Rethink Food Group on the project. Early next week, she'll start making 300 meals a day that will be distributed by Glide, and she says she hopes to inspire
the community of San Francisco to be supporting of the restaurant community and also be supportive of unprivileged people and just be more engaged in your community on every level.
Petit Crème is expected to reopen early next year. Melissa Culross, KCBS.
Okay, so you're wondering, can you get COVID-19 from that shrimp salad sandwich? Here's reporter Charles Feldman with the answer. He's with radio.com station KNX.
China says it found the coronavirus on imported frozen shrimp. Now, that raised concerns about whether you can get COVID-19 from eating food. The answer, say experts, is no.
Most likely just a remnant of the RNA, not an infectious virus that can transmit disease.
Dr. Warner Green is director of the Gladstone Institute of Virology in San Francisco.
The way to protect yourself against this coronavirus is to keep your physical distance from people, to wear a mask.
While some people feel better trying to sterilize grocery packages when they get home, experts say no need to do that with food in an effort to hold the coronavirus at bay.
That's reporter Charles Feldman with radio.com station KNX in Los Angeles. KCBS News Time 2:44, 90 seconds away from sports.
Are you efficient at wasting money? Well, that's exactly what you're doing by installing a new furnace or air conditioner if your attic's not properly insulated. You need to check out Eagle Shield High Performance Insulation. You see, heat rises. 80% of your home's heat escapes through the ceiling. Whether it's 20 or 110 degrees outside, Eagle Shield will keep you comfortable inside by reflecting 90% of the heat back in during the winter. And just as important, creates a barrier the heat cannot penetrate in the summer. Eagle Shield keeps you comfortable and saves you money. Right now, the first 50 callers get a space-age water heater blanket worth $175. Plus, when you mention KCBS, get 25% off. Folks, it's affordable and it works. Call them now, 800-88-EAGLE. That's 800-883-2453. 800-883-2453. 800-883-2453.
Eagle Shield. The Eagle has landed. Call 1-800-88-EAGLE.
There's so much information floating around these days. That's why we launched Ask an Expert.
In San Francisco, the risk that any person who is asymptomatic has the virus is about 1 in 200. That's our experience at UCSF when we test asymptomatic people.
Solid answers from people who know.
So it's not zero, but it's not very high.
Ask an Expert, 9:20 weekday mornings right here on the Bay Area's news station, KCBS, and your radio.com app.
KCBS News Time, 2:45, Kevin the Rat and sports.
The most exciting player in football, Patrick Mahomes, the quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, spoke with the media after signing a 10-year extension with the Chiefs that could pay him up to $503 million. He'll average $45 million a season beginning in 3 years.
We were able to go out there and get this contract done the right way that not only gives me the security that I've always wanted, but also allows opportunity for the team to be great around me the entire duration of my career. And I have full trust that we will be in a position to win a lot of football games and hopefully win a lot more championships as my career goes on.
Mahomes, the Super Bowl MVP, signs the richest deal in American pro sports, and the Chiefs have him signed up through 2031.
It's an exciting time. I'm just glad that I get to continue building this legacy in Kansas City. Obviously, with everything going on in the world with COVID and all this different stuff, to have this security to go into the community and be able to give back, I can't wait to not only build this legacy on the field but off of it. And I'm excited for the future ahead for not only me but the Kansas City Chiefs and the communities that have brought me up so far.
At the sports desk, Kevin Radich, KCBS.
Investors want steady cash flow and safety. NRIA is making special accommodation to help at this time. Today, investors